What is going on, my YouTube family? It is your boy Zeri from the XMG, coming at you today to talk to you about Hiro Hamada's tech tag. Now, in my last video, I talked about how he's the only character with a tech tag. So, it got me thinking, and I have a list of about 9 Disney characters that I'd love to see brought into the game under the tech tag. And I tried to find pictures of them so I could put it up, but they're all copyrighted, and I don't want to get a copyright strike. So if you're not sure who they are, I'll tell you the movie they came from, and you can Google them yourself. So sorry about that. I'm not getting a copyright strike, and I wrote Disney to see if I could use it, and I'm in the process of that, but that takes forever. So yeah. Anyways, these characters aren't in, and some of them are very different, I think, than you might see before, and I kind of have them in order of my favorites. And so you have to let me know who you think down in the comments below if any of these characters could come and if they couldn't. But if you're just finding me for the first time and you're liking what you're seeing, click that subscribe button, turn on notifications, all that good stuff that goes along with it, so you don't miss out on good stuff like this coming your way. So let's jump into 9 characters from the Disney universe that I would like to see brought into the game with the tech tag. Alright family, we are back, and I got this trippy, cool, techie background. It's the best thing I can do to maybe try to keep you entertained while I'm chit-chatting here. And so we are going to talk about 9 characters with the tech tag. And obviously the first one comes from the MCU, and it is under the Disney umbrella now, and I don't know if I want to see the Marvel characters come to this or not, but obviously Iron Man, Tony Stark coming to the game. Iron Man, deserve it of a tech tag 100%. He's got moves. He could do his chest blast, missiles out of his arms. He could do a whole bunch of things, and definitely deserve it of the tech tag. At number 8, this is, besides Iron Man, this is probably the best known character on the list, and that would be Wally. How cool would it be to see Wally come into the game with the tech tag? He could, ride around on the fire extinguisher. He could make a brick and throw that at people like Kristoff does with the ice block. He could, use that little spark gun, and he could come into the game. Well deserved of a tech tag, and I think could fit into this game very, very well. Number 7, also a very well-known character, but not thought about very often, I don't think, would be Captain Nemo from 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, Disney made that. Captain Nemo created the ship, the Nautilus, all that stuff, and I don't really know what his moves would be per se, but he could come into the game, well-known character, and have the tech tag because he is a scientist and things like that. Number 6, Kevin Flynn from Tron. And I'm not talking the new Tron. I want the Tron from 1982 where they look terrible, and he is a genius with all sorts of electronics and things like that, so he could come into the game with that suit. I think the art style of this game would fit the 1982 Tron, and Kevin Flynn, awesome. And I'd really love to see that come into the game. He could ride a motorbike in, he could have the synergy with Kiri, and it could just be really, really good, and I think he'd be a lot of fun to play. At number 5, the next one I'd love to see come into the game, and I might be showing my age here. I've watched a ton of Disney movies, I have a ton of kids, and we all watch Disney movies together, have Disney Plus, all that good stuff, and that would be The Rocketeer. The Rocketeer was like a live action Disney movie, and when I was little, everyone wanted to be the Rocketeer. You'd build a rocket pack out of like paper towel rolls, and you'd fly around. He has like a gun, and he has a cool looking helmet, and everybody wanted to be the Rocketeer. And I think bringing the Rocketeer to the game with the tech tag would be super cool, very nostalgic, and this game does do a lot of the nostalgic stuff, so that would be amazing to see. Number 4, I talked about already, but that would be Gadget, or Gidget, however you say it, from Chip 'n Dale's Rescue Rangers. She has the synergy with Monterey Jack and Zipper, who are already in the game. She could have a cool move where she calls in like the flying ship they use. She creates a lot of the tech for the Chippendales Rescue Rangers and is just a certified genius. And having her come to the game with a character already in the game who's kind of subpar, so maybe they could work in some synergy to get that up and running, would be super, super cool. So coming in at number 3 is an inventor from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Wayne Szalinski. Rick Moranis' character, he was perfect in that role. He could, he could have the shrink ray that could polymorph, them smaller, kind of like Dr. Facilier does, where they can only do 1 damage for a turn. He could put on the magnifying glass, kind of a support character. I think that would be awesome, and I think Rick Moranis is one of the greatest comedians. I love him. Ghostbusters, there's so much where he is amazing in, and to see him in the game, I think he'd be a really cool addition to this game, and definitely would fit right in with the tech tag. Number 2 is one of my favorite Disney movies of all time, and I think it's underrated. A lot of people don't talk about it much, but I'd love to see Lewis Robinson come into the game. Lewis Robinson from Meet the Robinsons, the young kid. He could have the peanut butter and jelly gun. He could have the flying spaceship, to do like kind of an AoE. You could call him maybe the dinosaur or something like that. That movie is just so good. And, he fits the tech tag to a T. He's an inventor. He's always looking to create things. The premise of the story, just he fits the tech tag, and it's such a good movie, and it's such a good character. I'd love to see Lewis Robinson come into the game. That would be awesome. And for my number 1 isn't a character. It's a team. And I want this team so bad in Disney Sorcerer's Arena, and giving them the tech tag would be awesome. And that is Phineas and Ferb. I want Phineas and Ferb. I want Dr. Doofenshmirtz. I want Perry the Platypus. And I want Candace. There's your 5. Maybe Candace doesn't need it, and you could put Hero as the lead. But could you imagine having Phineas and Ferb, Dr. Doofenshmirtz, and Perry the Platypus with a Hiro Hamada lead? Phineas and Ferb is... My kids were 6, 7, 8 when that first came out. One of them was 11, and we watched Phineas and Ferb. We still watch Phineas and Ferb. My kids now are 16 and 17. My son's 20, and then I have a 6-year-old. And when Disney Plus came out and Phineas and Ferb was on there, we sat down and watched every single Phineas and Ferb together. It's my favorite Disney cartoon, and funny, and man, you talk about a tech tag. Phineas and Ferb, Dr. Doofenshmirtz, Perry Platypus. That's all I gotta say. So my YouTube family, there is my list of 9 characters I'd love to see come into Disney Sorcerer's Arena with the tech tag. So you gotta let me know down below what you think of my list. Did I leave off somebody that you would put in? The top 2, even the top 3, Wayne Szalinski, Lewis Robinson, and the Phineas and Ferb crew, if they came to Disney Sorcerer's Arena, I would be ecstatic. I doubt it's going to happen. Glue, if you are listening, give me some Phineas and Ferb. Give me the Dr. Doofenshmirtz and the Perry the Platypus. You got a villain there. There's not a lot of villains. You got... Oh, man, you got so much good synergy you could work in with some cool kits, and I think it would be awesome. They have all the gadgets they created, all that stuff. But, again, let me know down in the comments below what you thought of this list, and tell me somebody you'd like to see come to the game that could have the tech tag. So that being said, if you're just finding me for the first time and you're liking what you're seeing, click that subscribe button. I make Disney Sorcerer's Arenas 2 to 3 times a week and also cover Dragon Champions. So, if you play that game as well, come on in. We have a good time. Discord links down and below. If you ever want to write a comment, question, I will always answer. It might take me a few days, but I will always answer you. So I love y'all. Thank you so much for the support as I'm branching out into this new territory of Disney Sorcerer's Arena. I appreciate all the support and the love I am receiving. So thank you all so much for that. I'll see y'all in the next one. Enjoy the game. I'm out.